and a board member of the Carroll Shelby International and proud Team Shelby member, and I don't have to adjust the microphone for him. How about a nice round of applause for Aaron Shelby?
Excellent. Well, thank you everybody for being here today. It's fun to be back in Los Angeles for the 4th annual Shelby Tribute. You guys always do a great job of bringing fun cars out. It's always a pleasure to come out here and see what comes, both old and new cars. It's the team members and the club members and the enthusiasts that make this happen. And it just wouldn't happen without the support and dedication of everybody out here. So I do really appreciate that. We'll have some great awards to hand out later on, and I look forward to doing that. And, my sons Pierce and Larson get to help with the awards. They were excited to do that last year, so they're going to help again this year. So it'll be quite a bit of fun. It's been a big year of change and a lot of fun things come along with Shelby this year. I've enjoyed my time on the Shelby Foundation Board about a year and a half now, and just recently again on the Carroll Shelby International Board, so I'm getting a little more involved, which has been fun. I think one of the big things that we've got is the Shelby Foundation and following through with what Carroll's vision was on the foundation. And if you all will notice on the t-shirts, on the posters, we've got a ribbon on there, and it's for my nephew, Randall and Molly's son recently passed away unexpectedly, Lloyd Shelby. And Randall and Molly were really dedicated, really brave. They donated Lloyd's organs in the true spirit of Carroll and organ donation. So I'd just like to say thank you and a congratulations to Randall and Molly. And we are always thinking about Lloyd, and we miss him. You know, Lloyd was a huge Shelby fan. He went to a lot of Shelby shows. He loved the cars. He was real close with my two boys as well. It's obviously a big loss for all of us, and we appreciate everybody's outreaching since it's happened, and feelings of sympathy and support. So again, thank everybody for that. Others I'd like to thank. We have the full team from Shelby American Las Vegas out here. You know, as Dave mentioned, Gary Patterson, you know, Gary Schechter's here, AJ's here, Vince is here, Keith Belair. You know, again, it takes a lot of support to put on shows like this and bring these great cars out. So I'd like to thank all of them for being out here this weekend and helping to put the show on. In addition to everybody here that's on Jenny and Tracy's teams. There's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes here and keep the stores operating, keep everything organized. So I thank everybody for doing that and their help in getting things done today. And now I would like to introduce Neil Cummings, the co-trustee and co-CEO of Carroll Shelby International, and let him continue our welcome remarks. Thank you very much.
Okay, no, that's okay. I don't want to have a complex about this, I mean, I am 6'3", but still, you guys are pretty tall. Anyway, thank you all for coming again. It's the 4th annual, as you know. And, we did this the first time right after Carroll passed away, and it's been growing every year since. So, we all know what Carroll had, devious ways. I didn't realize how he was so like, kind of a fortune teller in a way. He was always ahead of his time. I didn't realize till this morning when I put on my jeans that he had started like getting to me about 10 years before I met him. I graduated Berkeley and came down to Southern California, met my wife, and came down here to live, and went looking for a wedding suit. And I was going up and down, and she took me to Beverly Hills. Very intimidating for me, being from Berkeley, but going up and down Rodeo Drive and stuff. And then all these stores had all these clothes for European men, no offense to any Europeans here, but, littler people than us American guys. So I couldn't find a suit. So I kind of wandered into this store, wound up buying my wedding suit, and I've been going back to that store ever since, buying everything from suits to jeans. I never put this together until this morning, believe it or not. I'm not just making this up, but I put my jeans on, and I look at the label, and this is like 10 years before, 83, when I bought my wedding suit. It says, it's Carroll & Company. It's the name of the place I've been buying my clothes from. So Carroll's been like 10 years before I met him, he was like, yeah, digging in there, But, so I've been buying my clothes from Carroll & Company for 40 years. So it's natural that I would meet Carroll in '91, and one thing leads to the other. Of course, I've told the story before. The first thing he had me do was sue somebody. But after that, I really had a great time helping him build his licensing company and the auto company and all that. So as he said, that, you know, what's his favorite car? It's always the next car. And I got a couple of special announcements to make. And the first announcement I want to make, has anybody seen Alan Grant? Alan, you around? Alan? Alan? They're race car drivers, you know, they don't know how to start cars. They just can drive them, you know. AAA? Anybody? There you go. Here's the next one. Hey, Alan Grant, everybody. Huh? One of the original legendary drivers. He's still a legend, a living legend. Last time he did this was in Geneva, and he went through it was a special event with Bon Marcier. I'll explain that in a minute. Bon Marcier is one of our partners, and they came up with a special new watch honoring the drivers, and this car came out in '63, and Alan was one of the great drivers. And, you know, big announcement in Geneva at this auto body shop, and it was snowing outside, and the big, you know, rubber, it was reminding me of back there. I had to go through this rubber, you know, curtain, and the engine died. So they had to push it through the curtain. They were wondering, where's Alan? Where's Alan? So you have a thing now, you know, you always want, like the entrance is always, and plus, you know, of course, I asked Alan to stop the car over there, but of course he drives it here, but he's a race car driver, you know? But thank you, Alan. Fantastic. So this is 1963's Shelby Sebring Cobra. We call it the tribute car. This is the #1. We're only going to build 15. And they're going to be built as full-on race cars, start to finish, you know, meant for racing, obviously race cars, but we'll build them as complete cars, not component cars. Bob Bondurant's going to drive the car, like, off, somewhere else, you know. Bob, just bring the car back at some point. So, but anyways, a great new program. I don't want to go into too much, but it'll be 15. This is the #1, aluminum bodied, beautiful. We worked with Bill Dembesti and his fantastic crew getting this car done. Special, and it says, you know, special paint job. And Bon Marcier, our partner with these fabulous watches, and they're here today. And they decided on their own to focus on this particular car and these particular drivers, legendary drivers. So we decided, why not build an actual car around the program? So Bon Marcier is over here to introduce their newest watch program. They're only going to make 1963, you know, the year of these new watches, two different varieties. And feel free to go over there and write a check. Yeah. But they're fantastic watches, and they've been great partners for us. Really helped us get the word out about Shelby, the Shelby story, Carol's story, and worldwide. You know, they've been fantastic partners, and it was because of them that we came up with this idea of this is the new one, this is the next car, and it's a race car, like I said. So we're building it complete. Now there is a new federal law, just to tell you real quick, starting next year sometime, we're going to be actually building complete Cobras under this new federal program, limited editions. But right now, the only complete car you can get in this year, 2016, is the Shelby Cobra 289 tribute car. So it's a fantastic program. Gary Patterson is here from Shelby American. There's Gary. Now, while you're here again, I forgot. No, there's some hero cards that we've got to pass out on this this car. Scott Black has those, and Gary can tell you more about it if you're interested. There's a line forming already, of course, but talk to Gary if you're interested in this car, and he'll take care of you. So, the next surprise that I wanted to, who was here last year? I mean, you know, the IRS is not here, so go ahead, right here. The whole museum inside here, we're not going to change a whole lot. We're not going to make this some fancy thing, but we're going to build out some things. In the meantime, our idea was to build out a special place where Carol and his friends and special people and others, anyone who wants to share in the Shelby you know, story, could come and celebrate and just experience the whole thing, and where we can store some archives and have some fun. And so we have, in fact, got all the permits now from the city. We built out the first phase of the snake pit, the Shelby snake pit. So I'd like to invite everyone to go back and check out the Shelby snake pit. You can see where we started. We got the framing up, the drywall. This time next year, we'll have it done. So please, there's nothing else going on here right now, but you can go check it out. I think the next thing up the stage here is at 11:45, or yeah. So thank you everyone for coming. Have a great time and enjoy.
Hey guys. One more.